Okay, so this last thing is we just gotta. I'm gonna talk to you about kind of like a special, two special cases here of slope. So occasionally you are going to get lines, right? That where you might get a line that looks like this, where it is a vertical, or sorry, this would be a horizontal line, where it's a horizontal line, all right? And then occasionally you'll get something where you get a vertical line, all right, straight up and down. And so for these, right, we want to be able to kind of try to understand what slope is. Well, remember what we were saying about how the larger a number gets, the steeper it gets. Well, it doesn't get any steeper than straight up and down. The problem is it's you can't ever stop counting. You like for how many you go over. Well, you're not going over, right, to the left and right. So that means you have no number down there. You have zero, and that's your denominator, and your numerator is going to be infinity, right? Because it goes up, it never stops if it's a straight up and down line, right? So you can't get two clean points, right, that are going to be like terminating, and it's moving off of that. So vertical lines, their slope, all right, is always undefined because we don't know how to explain it in mathematical terms. And horizontal is kind of the opposite of that, where it's completely flat. It has no slope. And the number that represents no slope in math or no is zero. So your slope for this one is it has a slope. We use m for slope of zero, right? So these are your two slopes for this. And so basically the rule is vertical lines have undefined slope, right? Undefined slope. And horizontal lines have slope of zero. So if you remember that, you'll be in good shape. Now, when you do these, right, this problem says find the slope of the line passing through the points 5, 6, and 5, -5. Hopefully you realize when you're doing this that, hey, my x coordinates are the same. And if my x coordinates are the same, this thing is kind of stacking on top of each other, right? It's not moving this way, which is your x direction. So when we set up our equation, right, when we go change in y over change in x, we go -5 minus 6, right, all over 5 minus 5. Well, the problem is 5 minus 5 is 0, and you get 0 in your denominator, which is a no-no. You can't have that. So this is a case where it's undefined, right? This will give you a straight up and down line, a vertical line, and it has a slope that is undefined. And this one gives you kind of the opposite representation, right? If we do x1 minus x, or y2 minus y1, it's 2, this one right here, minus this one, which is 2. So you get 2 minus 2. Well, that means this thing isn't changing in y. Y is your height, right? So it's just staying flat over 2 minus a -5. Well, it doesn't even matter what you get here. You get 7, but that's what's important is this. And whenever you divide 0 by anything, you always get 0, right? So this one is a case of a vertical line, and this one is a case of a horizontal line. So it's good to know those, and it's good to practice those and kind of have a sense of how those work. All right, so good luck with everything, guys, and we will see you in the next lesson. Hope this was helpful.